From the heart of Houston, it's fun, it's engaging, it's Chattin' with Chelsea. She's daytime's new bestie. Here's your host, Chelsea Edwards. Come back to me.
Hey, besties! Thank you for joining me for another Chat with Chelsea. I'm your daytime bestie, Chelsea Edwards. So you know we're always working to help you raise happy, healthy kids, and we are doing that again today. We know that screen time can be helpful, right? Whether it's the iPad, the TV, the computer, the phone, sometimes kids can learn things. I mean, it can be educational, it can be entertaining, it can give you a break. But how do we navigate that safely and really monitor what they're watching? Well, we've got the mom therapist in to help us with that. She's going to give some advice, give you everything you need to know to make sure you are doing screen time right. And we've got a delicious, when I say delicious recipe coming your way to make sure those kids stay off those screens and in their plates. You're going to get that from us too today. All right, so I do try to not give my 3-year-old a whole lot of screen time. Like, I understand the effects that it can have, and I do want him to learn to be present, feel his emotions, all those things, right? But every once in a while, I do hand him my phone because he likes to DJ when we are in the car, right? I let him pick his music. However, he has also figured out how to take pictures. So you're getting some of them there from the house, just getting a shot of a crumb on the floor. And he also gets these candid photos of me. That's me in the fridge. Yeah, always a lot of forehead shots. Do your kids do this? We want to know. Use the hashtag Chattin' with Chelsea on your social media posts because we can always use a laugh. Let me know if you get a lot of forehead shots too. All right, J plus Sharon, these parents, they also get it, especially when it comes to toddlers and their phones.
We're toddler parents. We're late to every trend. What was that for?
Ice bucket challenge.
We're toddler parents.
Did she poop?
We're always asking if she pooped. We're toddler parents. We buy so many unnecessary things.
She can hold it when she misses me.
Oh no, that's a complete waste of money. Oof. We're toddler parents. We buy crazy protective phone cases so our toddlers can throw them like toys.
We are taller,
No. We're toddler parents. We have no time for outtakes. We're toddler parents. This is spicy. We're toddler parents. We binge watch this show called Baby Monitor.
Is this season 2?
Sure. We're toddler parents. We're happy when they wash their hands, but it's literally been 25 minutes. We're toddler parents. It feels late.
Super late.
What time is it?
Almost 8.
Oh my god. Okay, we're toddler parents. We're too tired to figure out how to finish this video. Don't you...
We nominate Taylor Swift for the Ice Bucket Challenge.
Yeah, toddler parents were always late to the party, and we don't have time for anything. And yes, you have to have that extra sturdy phone case because they throw it anywhere like it's a toy. So if you had strict parents, you know that your screen time would certainly be limited. Alicia takes a walk down memory lane.
Hey, you want to watch some SpongeBob? Sorry, my parents won't let me. And why didn't you text me back last night? They take my phone every night at 9 p.m. And my Game Boy. And my computer. Y'all's parents are strict. You have no idea. Last week, my mom caught me watching Harry Potter, and she made me pinky promise I wasn't doing witchcraft. Harry Potter's a wizard. That's what I said. Well, if we can't watch TV, do you want to listen to music? Sure. Have you heard that new Lady Gaga song? Yeah, something about a disco stick. I don't even know what that is. What about Katy Perry? I wish. We're not really allowed to listen to anything on the radio. Except for country, which I hate. Okay, then do you want to just ride our bikes to the gas station and get slushies? Sorry, I left my helmet at the skate park and my parents won't let me ride my bike without it. You know what? You guys should just stay at my house tonight. I can ask, but there's no way I could come. I'm not allowed to stay the night at a girl's house. Even if it's your sister's best friend? Nope, strictly forbidden. Well, what about you? We could go ask, but she's definitely gonna want to call your mom and talk to her first. Okay, we can come up with a dance or something to help convince her. Yeah, okay.
We did that too. Me and my cousins, we would come up with dances to try to stay the night at each other's houses. So if you had those strict parents, I mean, you probably came out all right. But also, when you grew up, were your parents like this? Like, we're done. Our jobs are done. We're empty nesters now.
What I want to talk about today is when you become empty nesters and these kids come over and be going upstairs in the house like they still live here. We have one right now, and we about to call the police because he is an intruder. He don't live here.
He
No.
doesn't.
This is what you come over to visit. Don't be going upstairs. You don't have access to upstairs anymore.
You need to be down here.
You in the common areas. Come in the common areas. Be coming over here, going back to his old room and reminiscing and being in there. And so I try to tell Abel, we got to take that bed out. If the bed and they be feeling nostalgic and laying down and I come here, he here. Talking about Royce, the middle one. Ross lives in New York. Joey has his own place. But Royce, who has his own place, don't realize love don't live here anymore. You are love. Goodbye. What y'all think? Dude, should we take the key?
We gotta take the key. I was gonna say that.
No, he come to me. We gotta go.
They talking about taking the key, calling the police. I'm sure they already packed up their stuff long time ago and just said, hey, pick up the box. We are done, empty nesters. All right, you enjoy your house. All right, before we get to that point, we do have to manage our kids' screen time, especially nowadays. So again, we have mom therapist coming in, expert Tessa Stuckey. She's got all the tips that you're gonna need. You might want to get a pen for this one. And we got that recipe that you're gonna want to make for the kids. It is a hit, let me tell you. All right, we'll see you on the other side of this break in just a couple minutes. Screen time is here to stay, but how do we make sure our kids are watching things safely and watching the right things? Well, here to help us out once again, the mom therapist, Tessa Stuckey, also a mom, so you deal with this. I mean, from the phones to the tablets to the TVs, it can be a lot, but I mean, screens often help us manage the kids, to be honest.
Right, absolutely. It's very convenient to have screens in our world. And I think that a lot of times we lean on them, and sometimes that's okay, and sometimes it's not okay for our kids and their upbringing, their development, and their mental health.
So when is it not okay?
Well, what I tell parents is to follow this acronym, and the acronym is STOP. So the S stands for screen addiction. We want to avoid screen addiction, and screen addiction is when our kids cannot handle boredom or distress without a device.
Oh.
We want them to learn how to regulate without a device.
Okay, all right.
And screen addiction is when they're just super obsessed with it. They don't have a lot of balance within their lifestyle.
Okay.
So S stands for screen addiction. T stands for tons of harmful content. There's a lot of stuff on the internet, and we don't always know what our kids are going to stumble on. And so when we want to stop as parents, we want to think about what are they watching and what information are they gaining or hurting from watching.
So is that a matter of like monitoring in a certain way for different ages? Like, how do we monitor that specifically?
Right. I'm not going to lie, it's very hard because the internet is not regulated.
Right.
And so it really is on us to stay on top of what they're watching. So I personally, as a mom, am not comfortable with my kids each having their own device. Because it's a little too secret.
Yeah.
And it's easier for them to not feel held accountable. And so we keep things more in the communal area. There's no devices in bedrooms. YouTube is only allowed on the TV in the family room.
I like that. Okay.
So, and if they need it for school, they use the family computer that's in the living room.
Okay, so maybe restricting where these devices can go, and then also those times.
And keeping your ears open.
Yes.
As the parent. What are they watching? What words are being used? What does the content sound like? And what are they going to gain from watching this? If they're going to gain some benefit and knowledge and ideas and get creative, that's okay. But there's a lot of things online that is not productive or safe for our kids, and we just want to be aware of that.
Right, because even if you start them on one thing, they could start roaming around these interwebs and end up elsewhere.
Yeah, or they're supposed to be doing their homework or studying, and they click on a link and land on some other stuff and fall down a rabbit hole. So we really do want to stay on top of that. There's some technology that can help. There's mesh routers that you can connect to your Wi-Fi that helps block inappropriate content.
Okay. Is that something we just get at
Yeah, on
big box
Amazon.
store?
I
Okay.
like Griffin, Gryphon. And then there's Bark, and Bark is a monitoring program that you can have for your whole home that helps block and monitor and let you know when they've stumbled on something inappropriate.
Oh, wow.
So that's a good option too.
Okay, good stuff. All right, how else can we help
Okay,
monitor
so we've got
screen time?
S for screen addiction, T for tons of harmful content, and then O is options. Are the screens the only option for us right now? We're out to eat, they're getting a little fussy because they're hungry. Now, we want to hand over that phone so they can play a game or watch YouTube,
Right.
but is that the best option?
It's the easy one.
It's
I
the
will
easiest
see. I
option.
will say, yeah.
There's a difference between easy and good versus best, right? And
Right.
so when we hand our kids the screen as the option, then it becomes the only option to our kids, really and truly. It is that addictive, or it is that gratifying for them in that moment. And so I encourage parents, for their kids' mental health and their family's mental health, to find other options when that doesn't have to happen.
When you say for their mental health, like how dangerous is this, or how can this affect our kids?
Yeah, so what I have found is that, it's like we said, it's so convenient to hand them screens, but what's happening is that they are not learning to feel their feelings and learn to regulate, as well as they're not learning social skills appropriately as they develop. So we want them to stay socially aware of their surroundings, and we want them to learn to make eye contact and to talk to people. But if we are out in public or out and about and they have a screen in front of their face, they're not going to learn to do that naturally.
So disconnection.
So disconnect is really big for declined mental health, especially after we saw that after the pandemic, right? Everyone's feeling very lonely and sad. But I understand why we reach for the tablet. It's very, very easy to do that, but that's why we just have to practice the stop.
Okay, all right. So we got
S for screen addiction, T for tons of harmful content, O for are there other options, and then P is predators. So we don't have to worry as much about our kids going to the real life playground anymore. It's the online playground that predators are at. They know where our kids are, whether it's playing Roblox or YouTube Kids, and they know exactly what to do to get our kids' attention.
And it could seem like something innocent.
Completely innocent.
But there are ways that they can get into like rooms and be able to communicate with our kids even through those games.
Yeah, even with just like signs in the games with avatars and that sort of thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so what's scary is as a mom, we're like, oh, they're under my roof. I know exactly where they are. They're right there. They're safe. When really they might be coming across someone online that is tricking them. And that can turn into a slew of problems.
Wow. All right. So what do we do if, like, the kids want to play their Roblox?
Right.
So how do we manage that?
Well, so as parents, I want parents to just start thinking every single time their kid is on a screen, whether it's video games, computers, or phones, to stop and think of those things first. But the most important piece is to have ongoing conversations with your kids, starting at a young age. Why you're nervous about this, what you want to learn more about it. You can play the whole, I don't really know a lot about the online world. Show me what you've been doing and what is happening online. I'm learning as we go kind of thing. I didn't grow up with this, so I need to learn too as your mom. So you can play into it that way and keep those conversations going. Look at other stories, other situations, find opportunities to talk about it with your kids. And then on the technical side, you want to, every app, every game has their own parental controls within that.
Okay.
Then every device has their own parental controls. And then you want to do parental controls within the house.
Yeah.
And then your parental controls with your family. And the family is that conversation and that relationship piece, because it's not a matter of if they're going to see something or something said to them, it's when. And we want to be available for them when they need to talk through some of that.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, we got
a lot of scary
It's a lot to do. It's a scary world out there, but thank you for raising this awareness and making sure that we get our house in order.
Yep.
Thank you, Tessa Stuckey. Okay, guys, after this break, we're going to have a quick kid-friendly meal while they are off the screens. They're going to eat it with you, okay? All right, see you after this break. Now that we are not looking at our screens for dinner. We're going to make sure we eat like a family, have something good, right?
Yeah.
So we've got Taylor Harrison, personal chef and owner of Carvier Kitchen.
Yes.
So what do you have for us today?
I have some chicken spaghetti. So I'm always talking to moms, and they're always saying how they have picky eaters. They can't get their kids to eat regular spaghetti. They just need something quick to cook. So we're bringing chicken spaghetti to the table today so you guys can have a quick meal for your kids to eat.
I like that. Quick and also a crowd pleaser. Your kids really like this.
Yes, they love chicken spaghetti. They love anything with cheese in it. And that's pretty much any kid, right? So they love like macaroni and everything. So this is just macaroni with a twist. I would
Okay,
say.
that's the secret cheese. Okay, all right. So just to make sure that we have everything that we need when we go to the store, we're gonna get the chicken, and then the noodles, whatever noodles. You got cheese. You got some easy melt cheese.
Yes, easy melt cheese. You can do rotel, and then you'll need this right here. This is like the secret ingredient right here. This is going to be your cream of chicken.
Okay,
Yes.
nice. Over there in the shopping cart.
yeah.
All right, and then hopefully you already have some seasonings because
Yeah.
y'all aren't eating bland food.
Yes, of
at
course.
home. Okay.
Of course not. Nothing bland.
All
and,
right.
and I typically tell people to season when the good Lord tells you to stop seasoning.
Okay, I like that.
I can't tell you the amount of seasoning to use. It just depends on how much you want to use. You start with you boil the noodles. You shred your chicken, debone the chicken. Depends on what type of chicken you use.
How do you like? Is there a quick way to debone for you if you get a rotisserie chicken, or do you just do it by hand?
So I usually personally shred mine with a fork.
Okay.
But some people use like the little bacon thing, like you know how when you're making a cake and you whisk it, the little electric machine. You can use that. I just seen that on TikTok. You can use that.
Good little trick there. All right. So we have our pasta, we have our chicken, and then what's
And then the next thing is just the sauce. That's how quick it is. So you just make the sauce with the cream of chicken, the rotel, the cheese. You can add a little bit of milk or water, whichever one you prefer, because I know some people are like lactose. So you can add water or milk, and then you just make your sauce until it's boiling, ready and hot, and then you add that to the chicken and the pasta.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right.
That's literally it.
Now, Taylor, you got to break this down for me because I feel like I'm not supposed to use this whole thing.
You're not.
Okay.
You're not. You're supposed to use half of it.
Half of this one, and then the full can of the
full
cream
can
of
of-
chicken.
yeah.
Okay, and that's a 22.
Yeah, that's the
big
family
can.
size one. That's where most of your flavor is going to come from. And of course, you really, honestly, with this meal, you don't have to add any seasoning. But me, I like to add seasoning to everything.
okay.
So I'm going to add a little seasoning.
We're not mad at you.
A little herbs and everything. You can add that into the paprika. This right here, the Cajun seasoning, the all-purpose Creole seasoning, garlic pepper. This one right here is garlic sea salt, and then I just add a few herbs in there. It really does not take much though.
Okay.
Because like a lot of flavor comes from the rotel and the cheese. So
I know this is going to be tasting good with all of this. All right. So all you're doing is mixing it in the pot. That's after you dump the noodles.
Yeah.
Do you do the sauce separately and just make sure that
Yeah.
the sauce is good and
I do
creamy?
good.
Okay.
Right there.
All right. See, I'm catching on. A little something. Okay. And then the 2 cans, all of that. And this takes 20 minutes?
This takes about 20 minutes. If it takes more than 20 minutes, like I told you, Chelsea, that means you did something wrong.
You did.
And you
okay.
might just want to just throw it away and start all
You're
over.
distracted. Get off the screen. So if it's taking more than 20 minutes,
Yes,
that's what
of
it
course.
is. All right. So I'm going to plate myself a little something here.
Okay.
How much does this typically cost?
So if you're trying to stay within a budget, I would say everything total, if you already have seasonings and everything at home, I would say about $25.
Oh.
And you can feed a lot of people
This'll
with
feed a lot of
spaghetti. Yeah,
people.
you know spaghetti can feed a lot of people.
Okay.
So-
yeah, that'll work. $25 to feed the whole family.
The whole family. And of course, if you want to add like a green veggie like I do with my kids, I might sometimes add like a broccoli or a green bean and then, some dinner rolls.
Okay.
So, and that
Easy
you full.
peasy. Yeah, y'all are full and y'all are happy and y'all are spending time together.
Yes.
So what do you do for dinner? Do you have a no screens rule at your house?
So yes, I do because of the fact that my children are homeschooled, so they're already on screen time when they're up in the morning time. They get on and they get in live classes at 8:30 every day. So it's no need for really just screen time until further like later on in the night, like right before they go to bed, I might let them watch something on the iPad or the TV.
Okay.
And then on the weekends, I let them have a little bit more screen time because of course, I mean, they're at school.
Yeah.
So they're learning majority of the time. So on the weekends, I kind of let them, here's your iPad, Nintendo, TV, a little
Yeah.
something to keep them occupied over the weekend. But
And you have 2.
Yes, I have 2, and I cut the screen time down through the week because for some reason I feel like screen time kind of makes the kids hyper.
It does.
I don't know what is up with YouTube or what is going on, but yes, it makes them very, very hyper. So
How do you keep an eye on what they're doing, like, during the day, homeschool, or, during that free time when they have
you can control everything, like parental control, like just passwords, locking certain stuff, and I don't let them specifically get on YouTube. We kind of lean more to the YouTube Kids.
Okay.
If that makes a little sense. I don't do just YouTube, because you know when you're scrolling on YouTube, you can see everything.
Yeah.
So I kind of keep it limited. Yeah. So I kind of keep them limited from that side of the YouTube.
Okay. And how long have you been homeschooling?
My daughter is 7, so she's in 2nd grade. So this will be my 3rd year homeschooling.
Okay. All right. So you see them all day long.
Yes, I see them all day long.
What do you talk about at dinner time?
How was school today? Because see, this is another thing with homeschool. Like, I hear a lot of people say that they're not able to do it, but I'm not specifically just in her face all day. They have a teacher that they're talking to on live classes. So she gets out of morning meeting and then she goes straight into science, ELA, math. So it's just like she's on a schedule just like regular school. So I'm not just in her face teaching her every day unless she needs our help.
Okay.
It's the only time that I'm helping her.
So it does make sense.
So it kind of balances out to give her her space with school, and then I come, pop in and how was school today? What did you learn? And we'll just go over everything at dinner time.
All right. Well, excellent job with the mom and an excellent job with this chicken spaghetti, because I see why that's a crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, we're going to have the recipe at Chelsea's Show Fox. We'll be back after this break with our final takeaway. For joining me for another Chatting with Chelsea. I want to thank our guest, Taylor Harrison. Do you have another top tip for people to take away?
My top tip is just let your kids get in the kitchen with you just a little bit more, so they can also learn how to cook quick meals on their own. And if you just have like a little bit of time, it gives you time to bond with your kids as well. So I would say when you're doing quick, easy meals, just let them get in the kitchen with you.
Yeah, and that'll keep them off the screens as well. Keep them occupied. Remember, kids don't always have to have a screen. They can find something else to do, or they can just be bored. It's okay, all right? We'll see you on the next Chat with Chelsea. Keep up with us at Chelsea Show Fox, and let's get into this chicken spaghetti, man. Get this recipe.